So you've caught him lying about his corn addiction or his infidelity 3 times, and you're giving him one last chance. He said he'll go into therapy to get help. Do you think it'll work? Let's talk about it. If you go to therapy, you have to be honest. Your therapist cannot help you if you're not going to be honest about your feelings. And when they dig and ask questions, peel back those onion layers, you have to be honest about it. And sometimes honesty takes time with these men because they've never done that. And the way I like to describe this is like you may have a box full of emotional crayons and you ask for like a blue or red crayon. Well, they don't have a blue red crayon in their box. So they're not going to learn that in a week or a month, and sometimes not even a year. It's going to take time for these people, for these men or women even, who've never been given emotional intelligence due to abuse growing up in their childhood. And so you're asking essentially a child to grow up very fast. That's literally how it is for these people. It's unrealistic to think that it's going to be instant. It's unrealistic to think that it's going to happen within a few months. This person has a lot of work to do. So if you really love them, what it requires from you is to focus on yourself, not focus so much on them, to focus on yourself and to heal yourself and to learn things for yourself. There's a lot of sometimes dependency on these people, and wanting to control them, because if you can get them into the right programs and you can get them into the right therapy, and if they mess up even one time, then you have control over your environment, right? And there are certain things you have to identify that you're willing to go to or you're not willing to go to. If you're done with the relationship at that point, that is a decision completely up to you. No one else can make that decision, is what I tell people. And I would never tell you to make a decision like stay or go. It has to be up to you. So the reality is, this is not going to heal in a day, a month. It usually takes a year. Usually takes a year for their brain to start going back to normal. I hate to say it, depending on the level of their addiction. Sometimes it can take less if it's not as severe, but in rare cases have I ever seen it not be severe if it's getting to this point. So it will require patience from you. It will require some sort of flexibility for you if you choose to stay and work things out with this person. And for him to get in therapy, this is the first time probably he's actually seeking to get help. So all the lying and everything was not him getting help. The therapy is actually him getting help at this point. He's actually going to start to do the work. Lying, the stages of lying, that's not getting the help he needs. We both did a lot of work. I tell people we did so much work to get to the place we are today. And we didn't sugarcoat it. We didn't, if somebody told us we were in denial, we accepted that and we pushed through it. If someone was critical of us, and brought out things to light, we did the process, we did the steps to get through it. But there was just as much work for me as there was for him. And so I see a lot of women doing this. We're like, I'm going to push him into therapy and I'm just going to stay home and do basically nothing. That's not going to help you heal. And if you don't heal, the relationship's not going to move forward. So will it work? It will work if you're both willing to do the work. It will work if he's honest and you're honest. It will work if you both apply the things that the therapist is telling you to do and put into action. Really hope that you find good therapy, because that's the only caution I have with this, is some therapists are not great. If a therapist isn't working out, to find a different one. So hope that helps.